This episode of Ticket Volume is brought to you by us, Invigate. Get service operations under control in no time. Get one free month of our software solution by going to try.invigate.com. Ticket Volume is delighted to bring you the winner of the Best Service and Support Manager of the Year 2023, who has held multiple roles in IT, including IT manager for a chemical company and application management before several gigs as service desk manager for Axon Medical Technology, Maeve's International Software, Ryokan Real Estate Investment Trust, and recently, before landing his current role as Information Technology Help Desk Manager for Wajax. Welcome to Ticket Volume, news and information for improving IT experiences. I'm your host, Matt Barron, and each week I get the pleasure of speaking with different leaders to share insights on service management, technology, and business, and this episode is going to be more of the same. I hope you're having a great day. I also hope that you leave a comment or connect with us or share our podcast with someone. Get involved. Help us improve. Now, let's begin. Welcome to Ticket Volume, Moe Sulliman.
Hi, Matt. Pleasure is mine.
Yes, thank you so much for taking some time to be on today. I don't want to just gloss over that award because I know that it takes a ton of work to apply and be interviewed and go through the judging process to become a winner of that award. What was it like? What would you say to other service desk managers that are considering maybe applying to the Service Desk Manager of the Year award?
As you said, it's a very long process and it takes a lot of work and effort. But most important of all, I believe for me, the key criteria for winning the award was connecting with people and highlighting the human element about how I deal with my team members, how I connect with them on a daily basis, how I serve the business and create value to Wajax as a business.
Yeah, exactly. What I think when we met recently, you mentioned that when you get stressed out or there's pressure or, you know, let's be honest, the service work can get us down, right?
Yeah.
It happens.
Mhm.
You mentioned that this helps, like you remember in your mind, okay, yeah, and
Uh,
look at all we've accomplished.
Absolutely. I mean, for each one of us, I believe if you have your own difficult days or difficult time or you're being stressed, you like to take yourself or zoom out to a happy place to relax. And probably right now is for me, I started reminding myself, Mo, don't let this situation or this complex issue takes you down. You recently won the Best Service and Support Manager Award of the Year. And I think that started to give me really probably an emotional push to get through the day and get my projects completed, work on my activities, deal with any stressful kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly. Because as service leaders, it's so important that we be in a good spot so that our agents and the other people that are around us can also feel that energy and be part of that energy. And the business notices, right? The people we serve.
Quite frankly, I see from my position as a team leader or as an IT help desk manager for a large team, technically like I'm 17 agents, um, I mirror or they copy my behavior. And if I look at the business or at our day-to-day operations in a positive way, and they see that how passionate I am from delivering service to the business, then the new or the junior agents, they copy that behavior and it gives them a clear road to success actually on what they need to do to deliver value to the business. And probably the more senior agent, they have more seniority, they have more well-developed attitude or well-developed culture towards the company on what they did, what they deliver in a positive way.
Yeah, exactly. And then eventually it removes stress from you. It removes, what do I want to say? Effort. Like you don't have to chase everyone down and make sure they're doing their jobs, right?
Sure. Yeah. And this minimize the micromanagement element and empower others to deliver more. And for us as successful help desk or service desk managers, it's all about empowering the agents to deliver to the business and show them that you will be working in a safe zone, and we allow mistakes, and without mistakes we won't learn.
Yeah. Yeah, you've nailed it, dude. You have to make that safe space because it's about that culture to make those mistakes. Yes, you can make them, and we're going to grow and learn from them.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's something that makes a good agent. What else do you think makes like good agents? What do you look for in
Uh,
qualities?
I think there's not one straight answer for that question, to tell you the truth. But based on my experience over the years, I think the key word of or the key answer of creating a good agent is an agent that is able to establish a relationship. Let me call him a relationship agent. Matt calls the help desk or the call center in the morning. Matt has an issue, and it's outside of the agent control. The agent lacks a little bit of a know-how, and with his relationship with Matt will feel, and they will both share the empathy, and Matt will understand the situation and wait until this agent escalate the issue to another tier or a second level. So if I'm able as an agent to establish good relationship with the business, it will allow me to provide efficient, effective resolution to issues as well as maintaining customer satisfaction. That's our end, like key or end result for the day, for the month, and what we look for.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So I definitely remember that feeling. You know, you get on the phone call with someone that you've spoken with several times, and immediately you can use your tone of voice,
Mhm.
your the words you use to make them feel at ease and comfortable to communicate well, right? Then what beyond that? So like you've got an agent that's maybe great at developing relationships, can talk on the phone. They've got what I don't like using the term soft skills, but they've got great soft skills, which are really hard to
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
Then what? Where do they go from there? What can
We,
they do to expand?
we talk about the value stream on a very high level and mainly on papers, to tell you the truth. But we don't talk about the practice factor, the successful practice factor, where it comes to situations where the agent needs to grasp what he's delivering to the business, what is adding value. Because I'll see things from my own perspective behind the ticket queue. I will just see just a description of a ticket, a description of an issue, but I need the agents to realize that this issue needs to be resolved as soon as possible because the person at the other end is working and serving external customers that generates revenue to the company. And for me, I will look at it from different angles. It's knowing the technology, knowing the business impact, knowing the urgency, knowing the communication channels. So a successful agent that matures from being a junior or an internship all the way to tier one, tier two, team lead, IT, help desk manager needs to go through all these stages in order to develop his career in this demanding and probably I won't call it a difficult field, but in this demanding field.
Yeah. Yes. And it's everything. You need to pair all that together
Mhm.
and to have the good culture and people around you who are also in a good spot so that you can deliver that daily. It seems like, yeah, we can say all this, but it seems really difficult to achieve. So what do you think creates that successful service desk environment? Like what do you try to create so that your agents can thrive and your service thrives?
A successful service desk environment, in my opinion, is based on teamwork. And for me, I always remind the agents to keep one statement in mind. It's not about the me, it's about the we.
Mm,
We all deliver. We as you know it, of course. IT help desk is the main point of contact, or the only point of contact for the business. And I always remind them we are the face of IT. If one
mhm.
of us fail, all of us will fail. No matter if this individual is an internship, a student or a co-op or a team lead or a manager. When you serve the business, don't think only about yourself. Think about all of us, and think that you're representing all of IT, not yourself as a support agent. So back to your question, it's about the collective effort and what all of us deliver as a team in order to be successful. By the end of the day, in our monthly reports, the net promoter score doesn't come in my name or in this individual name or that individual name. It comes as a collective percentage, collective number to the effort of all of us.
Dude, that is so important to note, especially with NPS, because it's so easy to say, well, the agent, that's what they got rated. That NPS score is theirs. But it really, like, the entire service chain is really where you're going to get it. Like, if you didn't design a good email experience and didn't deliver on it, then the support, is going to struggle to keep up. And you can't just make up that NPS score by being a nice person, right?
Yeah, you might have state-of-the-art tools for your service team, AI agent, call center, self-service portal, chat support. But if the agent is not motivated enough, if the agent doesn't know the factors that or the elements that will allow him to succeed in his role, you're not going anywhere. You just have toys that you use, like toys for your agents to use. That's the main issue. And probably if you give me a chance to add one other thing, as you know, help desk environment is a stressful, time constrained environment. We have our SLA, we need to get the things done, we have our projects, we have this, we have that. For me, I see if I want to give a chance for the agents to succeed, I need to give them a safe zone. I need to give them an area to thrive. I need to give them to listen to their concerns, or even give them a chance to release to vent during the day. If there's something that's stressing them out, if they are overwhelmed with the tickets volume, or they can come back to me and share their concerns, and we will always, to their team leads, of course, as well, we can always communicate together and find different ways to reduce that stress level and give them a chance to be productive and happy at the same time.
Yeah, they need to be able to trust you and come to you as a mentor and as a leader to really help guide them on their journey, because they're back where we were 20 years ago, right? Doing our jobs.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great. I love that. Yeah, you got to look past good technology. It's not just a toy. You got to be able to deliver with that technology. What is the customer experience like? What do they expect? Okay, so are you going to apply to any other awards?
That's confidential.
He's like, keep the competition out. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, quite frankly, over the last 2.5 years with Wajax, and even before my time, I see we have an amazing culture in house. And if it's within IT or within the business, um, like you see it behind me, together we get more done. Wajax is all about working together as a one big red family, we call them. So I feel we have a good chance to become a finalist. Maybe I don't want to say to win, to reach to the finalist list of the best service and support culture award. So I started building the momentum on writing the answers early enough, brainstorming, collecting evidence, all the normal process of the IT Help Desk award. And one of the good advice they provide is to start as early as possible and give yourself enough time. So I'm using the same method I did with the Best Service and Support Award last year.
Well, I hope it serves you well. It's clear that you've got a good culture. I would love to hear more about it, and I think that award is one way that we can get those stories out there, because people need that. We need to know what makes a good team, what makes a good culture, because that's how we can achieve it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so where do you go to find inspiration, Mo?
Well, it's about, for me, it's about like maybe I would say hiking, and sometimes, like as what we discussed before, on a like hiking, of course, mainly I go with family, but I like to do I like extreme sports, and I I normally do one thing risky a year. And this year I plan to do a bungee jump over a lake in Quebec. So for me, I think taking one risky adventure a year releases stress and show you or give you the motivation even on a personal and work levels to push and take more risk even, because the way I see it in the IT help desk environment, a successful manager should be able to take calculated risks. Sometimes there's decisions that he needs to take on the spot, and linking this extreme sport with what I do in the business, I think it frees my mind, give me the opportunity to take calculated risks when I go to office and I encounter a difficult situation.
It's such a good metaphor. Right? Managing a service desk is like bungee jumping. It's like skydiving. You need to take those calculated risks, and think outside the box. I think about, like you say, hiking, and to me, hiking feels like an extreme sport. Sometimes we went to Arches a couple of years ago, and you're on some of those hikes, and suddenly you look to your left, and there's a 400-foot drop. It's just,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you.
and you go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. And a couple of years ago, also, I went skydiving, and we started to make a joke of it. It's on my background, on my laptop background. And when people see it during meetings, I usually tell them this is how we used to go to customer visits and resolve tickets back in the days. They used to throw us from the from plane.
I'm sure there are some field service reps that would love to skydive into a client site.
Exactly.
But you're right. It's calculated risk. Knowing that you're taking those calculated risks, it so often it feels like there's a 400-foot drop to the left or the right. So just putting one foot in front of the other, following what works, is sort of like it's a reminder. It's a physical reminder of what we have to do daily.
Absolutely. And I'm not exaggerating about it. Like sometimes, even if on a very senior level, by the end of the day, you might need some guidance, but experience comes with everyday practice. And sometimes I would need to refer back to my manager for guidance or things like that. But it's always good to control your area and be able to take decisions that will fit the business, and you're working according to your policies and procedures by the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what do you think made you a winner of this award? What do you think led to you winning?
Uh, I'm passionate about IT service management. I got my ITIL version 3 certificate in 2015. And since that day, I felt in love with it. And I live, breathe, eat, sleep IT service management. And I love delivering service to the business. Maybe I was a winner, maybe because I like communicating with people. I like to see the smile on people's faces when the things gets resolved. And no matter how bad the situation is, or how bad is the customer service experience with one of the agents in my team, if I step in and take it over, I'm confident that I will find a resolution. And people started saying, hashtag Moe can fix it. And that's the trend in the company.
And then what do you do to keep your team connected and feel rewarded?
We implemented several I would call them strategies, so several ways to keep them feel rewarded. Um, we have or Agent of the Month award, and we have a very big team. And every month I specify two criteria, two metrics. One of them will always be the agent with the best customer feedback based on the Net Promoter Score. And the other one will be the agent with probably sometimes with the best first contact resolution, with the best SLA percentage, with the highest number of calls received, tickets resolved. and every month it changes. And we have a small incentive that goes with that as an award. And every quarter, there is an internal activity also that we perform internally with or like I arrange for the help desk team, no matter where they are. If they are, because my team is remote, I have some agents in the eastern region of Canada, agents in central region, and agents in the west. So we all I arrange for activities for the three groups, and of course we have a habit now, like every year during our Christmas party, we have a small ceremony for the Agent of the Year award. And this small, funny trophy with thumbs up, golden thumbs up, goes from one agent to another every year. So it doesn't stay with one agent. And that keeps the motivation going. And it's only one simple basic criteria: agent with the highest number of tickets closed during the whole year. So now the challenge next month, I'm going to show them the competition halfway through, who's on the lead and where are we, so that they push more in order to get that award.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty good. I love as someone who gives thumbs ups a lot during these podcasts, I want one of those awards. Okay. And then where do you go to learn? Like, where do you go to expand your horizons? Do you read a lot? What groups are you a part of? Where do you go online? Where do you find inspiration?
Well, I work on my own knowledge on ITIL, like based on different courses, but recently, probably one thing worth mentioning, I was introduced to Walt Disney Institute, and I took several soft skill courses there. And for me this year, with the soft skill courses from Walt Disney Institute, it was an amazing experience. Very useful online courses that give you input about quality of service, importance of recognition, and different other areas that quite honestly started helping me a lot. And I took some of the ideas and implemented them internally with my team. And I will continue probably next year with some more courses as well from the Walt Disney Institute. That
Yes.
Walt Disney Institute is, like, I can tell you, it's one of my recent findings online.
Yeah. You can tell that they get service cultures. You can tell that they've got the goods and they're just waiting to give it away. But
Like,
I like the point that you took a course. Like, it's one thing to give your agents courses, and of course, I'm sure you do that as well, because of course there's always training going on. But having the leaders also doing these courses is what really trickles down the lessons and gets them applied in the day-to-day activities.
of course, of course.
Okay, Mo, how could people connect with you and learn more?
My LinkedIn profile, feel free to connect with me. If anyone wants any tips on ITIL, any resources, any help about even the process of applying to any of the awards on HDI, I'm open to any people that wants to connect with me and expand my contacts.
Okay. Thanks, Mo. Thanks for being on Ticket Volume.
Thank you. Have a good day, Matt.
And for our audience, did you know that you can join us for a live recording? Register today at ticketvolume.com and click on register. Thank you for listening. You can change and improve this podcast by DMing me or leaving a comment. And speaking of Ticket Volume, did you know that this podcast is brought to you by Invigate, a fit-for-purpose service desk solution with integrated asset management designed to let you focus on supporting your organization without arduous implementations and large total cost. In fact, IT teams from Toyota, NASA, and McDonald's use Invigate to manage requests, automate workflows, and centralize inventory data so that they can focus on delivering better service, because good service is good business.